Bryan Cook walks in and he looks at that hat on Perloff's head. Did you get your Super Bowl ring yet? We'll bring it right here.
Yeah.
But I hope he's wearing the ring today to kind of rub it in your face if we're being realistic on this.
You know what? He did have a former Eagles coach who helped him win the Super Bowl ring. Bryan, Andrew Perloff, Zach Gelb, how you doing? How you enjoying New York?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
We're doing fantastic. We appreciate you coming in. You broke his heart. He was at the game. And he was really excited, up 10. He's getting cocky, texting me, Super Bowl parade, get ready. We're going to Philadelphia. We're going to have fun. And then the Kansas City Chiefs happened, and you ripped his heart out.
Okay. Yeah, why'd you have to do that? I mean, you're only 1 year in the league, Bryan. Could you have waited to win a Super Bowl?
No, I mean, it was an opportunity presented to me that first year. But it starts with the teammates. I think just getting us to that point with the leadership that we had on the team, and then obviously the coach, like you said, the go himself, get us to that point. So just day by day, just working in a situation that presented itself, just trying to make plays when they came. I had a lot of ups and downs in my rookie season, trying to maneuver, had things going, and coming in from the third safety, which is trying to play behind two great safeties, just learning, soaking up energy, and soaking up knowledge, but just learning. But man, there was time to make a play. I had to make a play.
We all know the Chiefs are at the top of the mountain. When you get drafted there, and it's like, all right, you're walking in, it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's Big Red and Andy Reid. How intimidating is that?
It's a little intimidating, I would say, though, but because not really intimidating, but more just like excited. Because you see the energy, you see how guys come in, even how they sit down, how everybody's, like a family. So just listening, and then, when Coach Reed go up there and talk, everybody's just listening. So it's nice, man. It's a nice environment to be around.
So you went to Cincinnati, you went to Howard, then you transferred to Cincinnati, played in a college football playoff. So did Travis Kelce, went to Cincinnati. I know he's on the other side of the ball. Did he look out for you? You guys have that bond, and you're from Cincinnati?
Yeah, of course. As soon as I walked in the door, he greeted me. He was a little bigger than I thought in person. You know what I'm saying? It's different on TV. It's all he big, but when you actually see him, it's like, oh, Jesus. But
what's it like to cover him in practice?
Don't hit him.
Okay. It's a challenging because day by day he throws different things at you where all of it looks the same. So for me being young, I'm trying to pick up on it, but everything was the same. There's no telltale of how he runs certain routes. So for me, it's exciting because I'm a competitor at the end of the day. So going against a future Hall of Famer like him I'm spoiled. I would say, to say the least.
Well, let's get down to business here. As Bryan Cook, starting chief safety in studio with us, Super Bowl champion in his rookie season.
Ooh, that sounds nice, don't it? Sound nice, don't it? Say it again.
Say it again. Well,
it doesn't sound great to me.
I usually like to defend Andrew Perloff, but he did say that it may get a little physical between the two of you, and he think he could actually take you. A few weeks ago, he lost a drill up against me where I got in a three-point stand, went to go block him, and he ran the other direction. I go, he's in the NFL. I think he would kick your ass.
That's funny.
Well, you're a safety. I'm not gonna be scared of you, right? I'm coming over the middle. How are you gonna cover someone like me? Are you gonna
cover? What do you mean cover?
Are you gonna try and hit me after I catch it?
It depends. Do you just jump in a pool full of sharks? You being honest, that's what you do. In case, let me know. That's a great thing, but just understand. You're going to get hit, though. You're going to get tapped a little bit. So, yeah, it depends. How you looking at your life? How you want to end up on that?
Well,
how bad do you want to play? That's what I would ask you.
I've been compared a lot to Mike Gesicki. I make a lot of circus catches,
gritty?
But honestly, if I'm going up against an NFL defensive player, I'm getting right to the sideline. I'm just trying to get out of bounds as fast as possible.
You probably don't remember this player, but he will. You would be like Todd Pinkston. You'd run out of bounds and be afraid to catch the football because you knew you were getting hit.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Well,
got real.
That's not funny. All right, let's talk rules for a second. Obviously, you can't hit I don't know, when you were growing up, did you get to see any of the big hitting safeties like Troy Polamalu and stuff? Because it's different now, though.
Yeah,
who'd you model your game after more?
Brian Dawkins was a. Yeah, I'll give you credit where credit is due.
Now you guys are going to be best friends.
Yeah, that man, he's different. Him, Troy Polamalu, I would say, was definitely a person to look up to. Ed Reed, phenomenal. Then I was a fan of Legion of Boom for a while when they had Cam Chancellor and them guys. So I think seeing those safeties fly around and make an impact, and not just because I think hitting is a different thing when it comes to football because it's the 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different when for receivers, you don't know if you're going to get hit or not that play. But for DBs, with some safeties, like most guys I just mentioned, they're planning on hitting you every play. That's a different type of mentality you got to walk in. So me admiring them, what they did, and seeing how they adapted and how they seen different things, and how they, just overall the IQ they played with was a beautiful thing to see. So me just trying to, mimic, try to see what I can grab, kind of information I can grab. But Brian Dawkins, that's a bad man.
To me, it was up here, too. He was so competitive. He'd run out on the field of the Wolverine.
Oh, it was awesome.
Can you teach that, though, either? I feel like players either have that or they don't.
Yeah, you can't teach it. But I think it starts younger. You know what I'm saying? It's over days, over the years of just continue playing, continue to get a competitive edge to you. Like Brian Dawkins, like he has years and years and years under his belt. So when he go out there on that Sunday, it's like, oh, he done it so many times. So now it's like you guys get the blessing to even see him go to work. Like for me, it was a blessing for me to be alive enough to even see something. Years later, might not be any footage of him, but I was able to actually watch. I have, we had tablets, so I can go back and watch like that game. Just like this is dope. Whereas years later, you might not be able to get that same type of, film. So me be able to be where I am and see that, it's definitely a blessing.
I got to ask you about the Cincinnati Bengals. So they had your number leading into that AFC Championship game. They had all the Burrowhead stuff. You guys beat them. You go on to win the Super Bowl. A few weeks ago, Jamar Chase was like, Pat who? Do you find the Bengals obnoxious? How bad is that rivalry right now?
I mean, I wouldn't say the rivalry is a bad rivalry because we all, at the end of the day, we all high-level athletes competing at the top level. So it's more just, it's a respect level. You know what I'm saying? It's a more situation where, like, we think we the best, they think they're the best, and vice versa. As you should, though. We are the top 1% of what we do in our field. So I can't knock anybody for saying what they said, but, at this situation right now, we have a quarterback, we have our tight end that does the talking. So, like, I'm not going to talk too much. I mean, to me, though, I like the energy. I love the energy, man.
But when they say Burrowhead, what's the scene in the locker room like? What are the guys saying when we're not there and you guys are having honest conversations?
There's no conversation to be had. We all heard it. It's some things that I think y'all gonna learn. Like, I would say y'all gonna learn, but like people know that when some things are said, some things go around. There's no reason to talk about it. There's no reason to feed it energy because we all have understanding. Because we all walk in the building and we all come in here, whether we come from different like wives, girlfriends, X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be. But you walk in, and once you walk in those doors, you know what time it is, no matter what week it is. So that week though, it's a little different edge because of the situation that presented itself. So, it just day by day, just putting one foot in front of the other. But, yeah, there's nothing to be said. We know that we're all competitive. We're all high-level athletes. It's time to get busy. So there's no reason to talk.
Unfortunately, Brian, we only have about a minute left. So I want to save this for last for me. James Bradbury grabs a little bit of jersey for Juju Smith-Schuster in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Be honest. Does it take off your Chiefs hat? As a DB, if you were the official, would you have thrown that flag?
I can't speak because it's yeah or nay. It's yeah or nay. Because, I would say it's because in certain situations, let's say, for instance, if I was in that position, right, and they didn't throw the flag, oh, well, okay, cool, great. But let's say I am him, and I do the flag. Then what? Because then at that point, you can't sit here and be like, oh, there wasn't a flag. Because you're not going to fit in an argument with the refs because we see how that usually ends up for the DBs. It's an offensive-driven league. We all know that. The object is driven to put up points. So that's not a 10. The DB going to get the less end of the stick, which is unfortunate. But for me, like, it's a hard position to play. So I can't really say, like, I'm just happy that and then it was the team. Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, Bradbury admitted that he did. It was a foul. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't.
He was actually good with the call.
Exactly.
I was good. I was fine with it.
But if he honestly, though,
I thought it should have been thrown.
Yeah, I mean, it depends because I said if he would have switched his hand like just about a half second closer or a half second earlier, would they have called it? And for him, a situation that was how hot the game was. You have to play that back for years and days and things like that. Just because you can't get that moment back. So you just try to learn from it. But overall, yeah, it definitely sucks. It's definitely an unfortunate situation.
Brian, we're out of time. I can't believe how much I like you. First of all, Brian Goggins.
You guys hug?
Yeah.
Can we get you together a little?
Come on, man. You talking crazy.
Can we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Come on, guys.
All right, we'll be back on Maggie and Perloff with our top 5 in the top 25 athletes since 2000.